Hey there, my name's Matthew Boyle. I come from America, but I moved to China in 2011 and I've been here ever since. When I came in those early days, without a phone, by the way, the times were different. I used to go around with a little notepad to collect and learn phrases that would truly help me to navigate daily life. And I feel like at that time, which now it's 15 years ago, seems like ages ago, but I feel like young people at that time were much better at making conversation than they are now. I think technology, social media, the smartphones, sure, they've done a lot of good. They've brought a lot of convenience to our life. But I think in terms of our social skills, they've actually done a tremendous amount of damage. Social media and the smartphones have given us this illusion that we're connecting with others and making good friends, but we're really not. Look around your community. Look around the world. What's going on today? There's a tremendous amount of division and chaos and anger, and people have trouble making friends or communicating with people right in their own neighborhoods, right in their own communities. Everybody's stuck on the phones, slaves to superficial entertainment or polarizing news, and they're failing to take the opportunity to communicate with someone who's right there next to them. They're failing to acknowledge other human beings. And I think that's a problem in the world today. A lot of people feel like they're not being heard, they're not being seen, they're not being recognized. People are hurting. And we can become sort of like freedom fighters in this new age of digital distraction. If you like people, if you like travel, if you like having good conversations, if you like learning foreign languages, you have, you have an all new mission ahead of you. You can really help out in this modern age where, like I said, people are so digitally distracted. When I came in those early days, had better conversations, I eschewed using a phone at all. Nowadays, I have one. A lot's changed since then. I've had jobs where it was required of me to have a phone. I have family now with kids, so I'm concerned about their safety and communicating with the school, so I have a phone. COVID-19 happened. It was pretty much required to have a phone to scan the health codes during the pandemic, which they did in China. I'm also building my own social media and trying to teach about language learning in my life here in China. So a lot's changed. I do have my own phone nowadays, but I try to keep technology in its proper place. And actually, I'm developing two skill sets really in tandem. I'm developing my skills at social media, which is alien to me and to some extent makes me uncomfortable. I mean, I don't really like it. It doesn't really fit who I am sort of by nature. But I think it's an important skill set to practice in this modern age. I see the value of it. I see the positive things that can be done with it. I see to some extent how it's indispensable in some areas of life. So I do practice that. I am on social media. I'm not like a Luddite and I'm not telling you to give up everything. But let's practice that in tandem with our old school, traditional social skills. Conversation, confidence, the ability to connect with other people on a deeper level and share about things that really matter, making people feel seen and heard. This is the way that I think we can really heal the divisions in the world right now. Everybody's living in their own little online ecosystem, but they have trouble to come face to face with another individual in real life. And especially people from different backgrounds or people that they might disagree with, they no longer have the skills to have a civil conversation and reach some sort of consensus or even agree to disagree. Things just quickly break down into arguing and people feeling like the other person is the enemy. So let's try to counteract that with our daily practices. Now, for me, what I see, having been in China for 15 years, is there's really been a generational shift. Young people nowadays in China, they really have trouble to chat with me. And I like to chat with young people because I always feel like they're on the cusp of what's cool with language. And I want to learn Mandarin. So I like to learn new slang and cool phrases from them. I like to stay in tune with what's popular in terms of music and movies. But more so than ever before, I feel like young people are having trouble to communicate with me. And they often use translation apps and AI now as a crutch. And they very quickly go to that crutch. They don't even trust themselves. They don't even trust in their ability to make themselves understood. And I can show them that I'm willing to be patient. I can show them that I'm willing to take the time of day to converse with them. I can even show them that I speak Mandarin pretty well. But they still get nervous, anxious. They lack that self-belief, and they lean on the phone and they stare into the phone. Once they take that phone out, it's hard then to ever look away again, and they keep searching for things to say or things to show me. So the phone can be super useful, super valuable, but it can also be super dangerous. And I've seen this shift happen before my very eyes. It's difficult to be good at making eye contact with other people, exchanging things that you really care about, being creative or improvisational in the moment. And it's funny, but these are things that I feel like the older generation, people older than me in China, do much better than younger people nowadays. So I like to chat with all different sorts of groups, and it's really like a temperature gauge on what's going on right now in the society. But let me come back to you. How's your language learning going, and how do you actually like to practice it? Do you like to practice it alone? Have you been practicing it alone too much? Or have you been practicing it in a sort of pseudo-social way? What I mean by that is, are you connecting with people a lot on social media, but it'd be hard to say that they're actually your true friends and they really care about you? Do you actually spend real time with them and being present with them, and do they do the same to you? Do you feel like you actually have an authentic connection? Or is it just like a fake, matrixy kind of life? Is Twitter and Facebook and Reddit and all these other platforms, are they tricking you into staying on their platforms and giving you this false sense that you actually have friends and followers and people liking you there, but you really don't? Okay, this is really dangerous for our lives. Who wants to get to the end of their life or even into their 40s and 50s and 60s and realize they don't even have any true friends? So be careful about this. Don't fall for this illusion of connection. We can be on social media. We can use phones. We can practice those skills. We can develop a following or connect with people and share what we want to share on there, and that's all fine. But let's remember to develop our real life skills, our social skills, and connecting with people in our real communities, or even from across the world. But I think if you want to do it online, you got to be in a real live chat room where people have set aside the time to really be present and be there, and they're not doing a million other things at the same time on social media. I hope this video can help, and if you want to come out to join us for an online language learning game event, details at languagecardgames.com. Hope to see you back here in the next one. Bye-bye for now.